Hi, everyone. Bill Renchler in the 1011 Now streaming studio. It's Wednesday. That means it is a day for Crime Stoppers. And today, super excited to bring in Chief Deputy Ben Houchin with the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. And when we have LSO come on, we do the Lancaster Lookout, where we're looking for some of Lancaster County's most wanted individuals.
That's correct.
And we've, since we've kind of started this, we've seen some of those names kind of cycle off that list, which is good. New names pop on, but there'll never be, I think, a shortage of names for us to talk about.
No, the sad thing is I don't think myself or any of the deputies are going to get laid off anytime soon.
Yeah, and so today we're going to start with, again, the Lancaster Lookout, one of those individuals on that most wanted list. If you are ever curious, again, where we're seeing these names, there is a website, lancasterlookout.com. You can see it right here on your screen. That's where all the information is. You got those 10 individuals right here on the screen, and we're just going to talk about one of those today. But again, if you're ever curious, that's where you can find that information right there. And so today we have an individual, Raphael Lomelli. Can you tell us a little bit about how he ended up on this list?
Well, he is a predator of children. He did a first-degree sexual assault of a child back in November of 2020. And he did end up getting arrested. And in February 25th of 21, he was supposed to appear in court, and he failed to show up. We believed he went down to Mexico. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing is he assaulted another child down there, and he has fled Mexico. And we have information that he's possibly back here in Lincoln. And the big concern is it seems like he's continuing to assault children, and we really like to make it so he can't and get him arrested.
And so Hispanic male here, black hair with some gray mixed in there, brown eyes, obviously the mustache there. The mustache may or may not still be there.
Correct.
But again, if you know anything about this individual, if you've seen him, contact Lancaster County Sheriffs or just contact law enforcement in general.
Yeah, anywhere. If we get him seen, it's just because we think he may be in Lincoln. He could be in Omaha. He could be in Grand Island or any place of that. So we would, anybody knows any information, we'd really like to get him into custody. And
so again, as this is also Crime Stoppers, I'll put up here again. These are our ways to leave anonymous tips for cases like this or otherwise. Again, contact Lincoln Police 402-441-6000 to speak with an officer. I just realized there I have a misspelling on that graphic. That graphic has probably been misspelled ever since we've started doing this.
Well, everybody at my job will probably think I made that graphic because I'm known for doing that too.
Oh, man. I'll have to fix that after our segment here. But you can also make an anonymous tip. You can do that at 402-475-3600. Leave a tip at crimestoppers.com, or you can download the P3 app to leave tips there as well. So, again, Raphael Lomelli, an individual that we are looking for. And, again, like you said, it sounds like he assaulted a child and has continued to do that as well. So first-degree sexual assault is his warrant.
Yes, and like we need to get him caught. He's been out, and like I said, he has not. He continues to prey on children, and they're the weakest, entity out there.
Yeah.
And it's sad, and we need him to be arrested.
And so, have you? I guess how has this process been? Have you been in contact with Mexican law enforcement about this individual? I guess, how does that all work?
I think a lot of it is speaking with some confidential informants and obtaining some information there. Now, I don't know if our fugitive task force has reached out to the Mexican authorities or not. I just know our fugitive task force knows that has occurred, and that's the reason why he's left Mexico.
Okay. All right. So, again, if you've seen him, again, please contact law enforcement. We need to get him off the streets. Turning from, again, the most wanted list, but someone we're still looking for.
Yes.
Tyler Goodrich.
Yes.
Has been missing for almost a month now. Again, it's a story that a lot of people in Lincoln have been watching and hoping to see a resolution to. What's kind of the latest with missing Tyler Goodrich?
The sad thing is November 3rd at about 7:41 is the last time we have anybody having eyes on Tyler. And I've been doing this for 30 years, and this has been the most puzzling case of somebody just totally going off the grid and us just not being able to locate them. And I know it's frustrating for his friends and families, and it's frustrating for us and the investigators working on the case, because we really want to put an end to this and find out what happened.
Yeah. So can you kind of walk us through the timeline of what we do know in this case?
Yeah. On that day, on the 3rd, we know Tyler went and got pizza at Costco. We have him on video. We also know he got home about 5:38 at his residence, and we know it's 7:35 p.m. He and his husband, Marshall, had an argument. And I know sometimes people are like, well, how do you know this occurred? We do have audio of this disturbance, and we do know it was his voice and Marshall's voice talking at that time. So and on the digital recording, it's timestamped, so we know exactly that's when it happened. At 7:40, we know Marshall calls 911. We know he also lets Tyler at that time know he's calling 911, and that is when he decides to leave. Now, he leaves out the house through the garage, and initially, from the 911 tape, Marshall believes he's going to leave in his car, which makes sense.
Yeah.
And but he does not. And at 7:41, we have that image of the individual running, which we strongly believe and have no reason not to think it's not Tyler. Mm-hmm. And also at that time, his phone is shut off. And we do know 100% it has not been turned on since. And at 7:58, the deputies arrive at their residence to conduct the investigation into the disturbance. They do go out and look and see if they can find Tyler. Of course, they don't. But it's not unusual on these kind of disturbances that one of the parties runs off and they don't want to be found, especially if we're out there.
Yeah.
And we knew that there was not a crime that occurred, so we made sure Marshall was okay and everything was settled down. And, if anything else happened, he knew to call 911 again, and the deputies left. And then that next morning, about 9:35, Marshall ends up calling Tyler in as a missing person.
And so this is all, again, this is all Southwest Lincoln, right?
Yes.
So is it out kind of by Pioneers Park area? Is that?
Yes, Southwest Fire Station. It's
Okay.
just about half a mile to the east or west of there on Burnham Street.
Okay.
1111 Burnham.
And it's like super frustrating because, there's not that much time that elapses throughout this timeline. Again, the 911 call is received at 7:40. We see him leaving a minute later. Deputies arrive 15 minutes later. Mm-hmm. So it's not like you just missed crossing paths.
Correct.
With Tyler, but we have not found him. We have not seen him. We have no clues as to where he might be.
We believe he has his phone and his wallet. This was, some people I think are under the perception that he left to go running. He did not. That wasn't a planned leave. He left in a hurry. We also have found out that he doesn't carry a whole lot of money. Mm-hmm. We also know his credit. He hasn't got new credit cards, and his credits that he hasn't been using either. Mm-hmm. So it's really hard in this day and age to be out there and not have something up, and that's been the most frustrating thing, because we want to go look, we want to anywhere, but at this juncture, a lot of his friends and family and law enforcement have looked in the areas that make the most sense of where he could possibly be, and then now I hate to use it, it's a needle in a haystack.
Mm-hmm. So what's the process again moving forward? Again, it was last seen November 3rd, so we're going on almost a month.
Yes,
where he's missing. And I'm sure you guys are still devoting resources to this, but I guess, what are next steps here? Do we just keep looking? Do we just wait for some sort of break in the case?
Well, we're going to continue. We do get tips, and people call in and say they have spotted him in different places. And, of course, we jump on that as fast, but all of them have turned out not to be correct. Mm-hmm. So it would be really hard for Tyler to walk around Lincoln, Nebraska at this juncture
point,
and not be identified or somebody call in. So could he be at some place where the news isn't so pronounced? Yes, it's possible to be that. Yeah, if we get any leads, and we just keep begging the public, if you have anything, please call us, let us know. We'll jump on it. And we keep going back through his social media and just seeing if we've missed something and keep combing through that. But at this point, we have nothing new to go forward on.
I think I saw you asked for the public to check their security camera footage, things like that. I'm sure you probably had some people send some stuff in, maybe, or maybe not. But again, that's something you can do if you can go back to that time frame and look. Who knows? Maybe your outdoor, camera on the deck or out on the front porch caught something.
Yeah, and it's a big area. As Pioneers and that whole area out there. It's very wooded and it's high grass, and it's you could walk by things and not see things very easily. And now we've had a lot of people too find articles of clothing and call us on that. The one thing we ask is just make sure it's reasonable. We've had people call in on baby shoes, which we know Tyler's not going to have that on there. I know everybody really wants to help. And I appreciate that, but also we want our resources going to things that are possible.
Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. So we'll just continue to hope.
It's still very much on our radar. The family's still working hard. We speak with them daily on things with them, and we just really would like to find him.
And I think they're still, I see every now and then it shows up on my Facebook. I think they're still organizing some search parties when they can and things like that. So there are ways that again, people out there can contribute to, again, hopefully bringing Tyler Goodrich home. So
we just had the Cecilia Perez case from Omaha over at 98th and Havelock, and we had that one solved in 24 hours because we had things to do and work on. And when we have that ability, we jump and we go, and we're usually doggone good at this. Yeah. And this one's just been frustrating, and I feel bad for the family and all the friends. And I know they're worried, and it's heartbreaking.
Absolutely, it is. Again, I think everyone shares that sentiment as well. So we will continue, again, like I mentioned, to kind of hope and we'll go from there, I guess. So, Chief Deputy Houchin, anything else you get in before we let everyone go today?
No, I appreciate you having me on, and as we talked about the football game a little bit.
We did
before going on, and the heartbreak of that one, and hopefully next year will be a little bit better. At least they're getting closer.
Incremental process. Rule said it today: turn the close losses into close wins. So. We'll continue hoping.
There you go.
That's what we do. So, all right, Chief Deputy Houchin with Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. Again, thanks everyone for tuning in for watching another episode of Crime Stoppers. Again, as always, keep it tuned to 1011, both on air and online. We'll keep you up to date with the latest. So, thanks everyone for watching. Have a nice Wednesday.